commission from Rome is read, let silence be commanded.
What's the need? It hath already been publicly read, and on all sides the authority allowed. You may then spare that time.
Be it so, proceed.
Say Henry, King of England, come into the court.
Henry, King of England.
Here.
Say Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
Catherine, Queen of England.
Sir, I desire you to do me right and justice, and to bestow your pity upon me. For I am a most poor woman and a stranger, born out of your dominions, having here no judge indifferent, no more assurance of equal friendship and proceeding. Alas, sir, in what have I offended you? What cause hath my behavior given to your displeasure, that thus you should proceed to put me off, and so take your good grace from me? Heaven witness, I have been to you a true and humble wife, at all times to your will conformable, ever in fear to kindle your dislike, yet subject to your countenance, glad or sorry, as I saw it inclined. When was the hour I ever contradicted your desire, or made it not mine too? Or which of your friends have I not strove to love, although I knew he were mine enemy? What friend of mine? Having him derived your anger, did I continue in my liking? Nay, gave notice he was from thence discharged. Sir, call to mind I have been your wife in this obedience upward of 20 years, and have been blessed with many children by you. If, in the course and process of this time, you can report and prove it too, against mine honor, aught, my bond to wedlock, or my love and duty against your sacred person, in God's name turn me away, and let the foulest contempt shut door upon me, and so give me up to the sharpest kind of justice. Please you, sir, the king your father was reputed for a prince most prudent, of an excellent and unmatched wit and judgment. Ferdinand, my father, King of Spain, was reckoned one of the wisest prince that there had reigned by many a year before. It is not to be questioned that they gathered a wise council to them of every realm that did debate this business, who deemed our marriage lawful. Wherefore I humbly beseech you, sir, to spare me, till I may be by my friends in Spain advised, whose counsel I will implore. Not, in the name of God, your pleasure be fulfilled.
My lady,
You have here, lady, and of your choice, these reverend fathers, men of singular integrity and learning, yea, the elect of the land, who are assembled to plead your cause. It shall be therefore bootless the longer you desire the court, and for your own quiet, as to rectify what's unsettled in the king.
My lady, I
Yes. Grace hath spoken well and justly, madam. Therefore, it's fit this royal session do proceed, and that without delay their arguments be now produced and heard.
Lord Cardinal, to you I speak.
Your pleasure, madam.
Sir, I am about to weep. But thinking that we are a queen, I long have dreamed so, certainly daughter of a king, my drops of tears I'll turn to sparks of fire.
Be patient yet.
I will when you are humble. Nay, before God will punish me. I do believe, induced by potent circumstances, that you are mine enemy, and make my challenge, you shall not be my judge. For it is you have blown this coal betwixt my lord and me, which gods do quench. Therefore I say again, I utterly abhor, yea, from my soul refuse you for my judge, whom yet once more I hold my most malicious foe, and think not at all a friend to truth.
To profess, you speak not like yourself, whoever yet have stood to charity and displayed the effects of disposition gentle, and wisdom o'ertopping woman's power. Madam, you do me wrong. I have no spleen against you, nor injustice for you any. How far I have proceeded, and how far further shall, is warranted by a commission from the consistory, yea, the whole consistory of Rome. You charge that I have blown this coal, I do deny it. The king is present. If it be known to him that I gainsay my deed, how may he wound, and worthily, my falsehood? Yea, as much as you have done my truth. If it be known to him that I am free of your report, then he knows that I am not of your wrong. Therefore, in him at lies to cure me, and the cure is to remove these thoughts from you, the which before his highness shall speak in, I do beseech you, madam, to unthink your speaking and to say no more.
My lord, I am a simple woman, much too weak to oppose your cunning. You are meek and humble-mouthed. You sign your place and calling in full seeming with meekness and humility. But your heart is crammed with arrogancy, spleen, and pride. You have by fortune and his highness' favors gone slightly o'er low steps, and now are mounted where powers are your retainers and your words. Domestics to you! Serve your will as it please you, pronounce their office. I must tell you, you tender more your person's honor than your high profession spiritual. That again I do refuse you for my judge, and here before you all appeal unto the Pope to bring my whole cause for his holiness and to be judged by him.
The queen is obstinate, stubborn in justice, apt to accuse it, disdainful to be tried by it. 'Tis not well. She's going away.
Then call her back.
Catherine, Queen of England, come into the court.
Madam, you are called back.
What need you note it? Pray you keep your way when you are called return. Now the Lord help thee vex me past my patience. Pray you pass on. I will not tarry, nor no evermore upon this business my appearance make in any of their courts.
Go thy ways, Kate. That man of the world who shall report that he has a better wife, let him not be trusted for speaking false in that. Thou art alone if thy rare qualities, thy sweet gentleness, thy meekness, saint-like, wife-like government, obeying in commands, and thy part sovereign and pious else could speak thee out as the queen of earthly queens. She is noble born, and like her true nobility carries herself towards me. Now, what moved me to the
Most gracious sir, in humblest manner I do require, your highness, that it shall please you to declare in hearing of all these ears, for where I am robbed and bound, there must I be unloosed. Although not there at once and fully satisfied, whether ever I did broach this business to your highness, or laid any scruple in your way, which might induce you to the question on't, or ever have to you, but with thanks to God for such a royal lady, speak one the least word which might be to the prejudice of her present state, or touch of her good person.
My Lord Cardinal, I do excuse you. Yea, upon my honor, I free you from it. You are not to be taught that you have many enemies, who know not why they are so, but like village curs do bark when their fellows do. It is by some of these that the queen is put to anger. You're excused. But will you be more justified? You have ever wished the sleeping of this business, never desired it to be stirred, but oft have hindered off the passages made towards it. On my honor, I speak my Lord Cardinal to this point, and thus far clear him. Now, what moved me to it? I will be bold with time and your attention. Then mark the inducement thus it came. Give heed to it. My conscience first received a tenderness, scruple, and prick on certain speeches uttered by the Bishop of Bayonne, then French ambassador, who had been hither sent on the debating of a marriage twixt the Duke of Orleans and our daughter Mary. In the progress of this business, ere a determinate resolution, he, I mean the bishop, did require a respite, wherein he might, the king his lord, advertise whether our daughter were legitimate, respecting this our marriage to the dowager, sometimes our brother's wife. This respite shook the bosom of my conscience, entered me, yea, with a splitting power, and made to tremble the region of my breast. First, methought I stood not in the smile of heaven, who had commanded nature that my lady's womb, if conceived a male child by me, should do no more offices to life to it than the grave does to the dead. On this, her male issue or died where they were made, or shortly after the world had aired them. Hence, I took a thought. This was a judgment on me. that my kingdom, well worthy of the best heir of the world, should not be gladdened in it by me. Then I weighed the danger which my realm stood in on this my issue's fail, and gave to me many a groaning throe. Thus, hulling in the wild sea of my conscience, I did steer towards this remedy, whereupon we are present here together. That's to say, I meant to rectify my conscience, which at the time did feel full sick and yet not well, by all the reverend fathers of the land and doctors learned. First I began in private with you, my lord of Lincoln. You do remember how under my oppression I did reek when I first moved you?
Very well, my liege.
I have spoken long. Be pleased to tell them how far you satisfied me.
So please, your highness. The question did at first so stagger me, bearing a state of mighty moment in, and consequence of dread that I committed, the daringest counsel that I had to doubt, didn't treat your highness to this action, which you were running presently.
I then moved you, my lord of Canterbury, to make these present summons. Unsolicited, I left no reverend person in this court, but my particular consent proceeded under your hands and seals. Therefore, go on, for no dislike in the world against the person of the good queen, but by the sharp thorny points of my alleged reasons drives this forward. Prove you were our marriage lawful, and by my life and kingly dignity, we are contented to wear this our mortal state with her, Catherine our queen, the primest creature that ever paragoned of the world.
So please, your highness. The queen being absent, 'tis needful fitness that we adjourn this court till further day. Meanwhile, must be an earnest motion made to the queen to call back her appeal. She intends unto his holiness.
I do perceive these cardinals trifle with me. I abhor this dilatory sloth and tricks of Rome. I say break up the court, I say settle